Hello and welcome to episode 5 of this mini career mode as we sort of look towards the new FIFA. Well, it's not FIFA anymore. Look towards next year's career mode. I'm just doing something that's kind of fun. I've got Liverpool away in this title race. We're about halfway through the season now. It's just neck and neck at the moment between about 4 teams. It's really cool. We're going to do a couple of seasons of this, as I said in the last episode. And then kind of wait until the new year. I'm also going to finish my goalkeeper career mode and my football manager. I just love all this mod, by the way. Look how good this mod is. Honestly, it's so cool. Still, link in the description for those who want to become a patron. Recommend it. There's a FIFA 4 one as well, and I'm sure they'll be doing much more for next year. But just truly cool. Obviously, I've signed a lot of players in the Man City team of that year. I've significantly improved it. But we go into this game on the back of some really high scoring games, mainly because of my inability to defend and my ability to attack. Of course, as we went to Liverpool away with Torres and people like that. Anyway, Liverpool kind of had the early proceedings a bit, but for once it was a very, very low key first half, which is mad after what I've hyped up the games to be. But yeah, just literally nothing happened in the first half. Second half, I found a bit of space. Defoe got away. Shot 1-0, bottom corner. Absolutely lovely. Just the start we needed, really. In the second half, 6 minutes in, literally nothing happened. I couldn't believe it. I actually learned how to defend for once, you see. Yeah, well, that's what I thought anyway. But what finished, I do love the replays that they have on the modern day FIFAs. It is really cool. The XG thing's really good as well. No chance of Pepe Reina in goal, as it went 1-0 Man City. Liverpool then, I've had a lot of things happen from kickoff and I kind of just didn't switch on. Buzzing I scored. Like, what is that defending? Absolutely embarrassing. Joe Hart is just shocking there. I don't blame Joe Hart at all, really, because that's just the game and how the game works. With Jermaine Pennant scored against me. Straight basically from kickoff. Embarrassing for Joe Hart. He's made some great saves, but like any goalkeeper engine, it's going to be full of mistakes, as we know from the goalkeeper career mode. But yes, Ireland had a good chance, but it was a good save by Pepe Reina. Literally a lack of highlights. Anyways, they brought on Lucas Leiva, big goal scoring threat for Jermaine Pennant, the one who had equalised, which I, at the time, laughed. Anyway, this happened in the 90th minute. You just knew it was going to happen, didn't you? As soon as I laughed, as soon as I knew, oh, they've got Lucas Leiva coming on, and laughed about it, you just knew exactly what was going to happen. Not in my favour. And that just serves me right, really, more than anything. So Liverpool go 2-1 up. Absolute limbs there. I won't attempt to do a Scouse accent to kind of comment on that. But yeah, never mind. Torres found Lucas Leiva. I can't defend. 2-1, and that's after a few more Sims games. This is like the table looks at the halfway stage of this dramatic season. We'll be finishing it in the next episode, but it gets literally to the last kick of the game this series. Anyway, so the next big game was Chelsea at home. Michael Ballack had a good chance but missed early on. And just kind of, I love to say, you forget iconic people like that. Michael Ballack does great. Anyway, I scored the typical goal. Pato made it 1-0. To give me I think, what was the score in this game? 4-all? 5-4? Something like that? Stupid. When we played at Stamford Bridge, but 1-0 early on. It was a crucial start that we needed. Alex, remember his free kicks? What a play. Essien, Drogba, Malouda, just iconic players, really. But it was a good save by Joe Hart for the Drogba shot. And then I still couldn't defend, but it was a good block in the end. Still not quite there. Could have been a penalty. All over the place. Got rid of it in the end. Malouda came forward again. Just that defender. I just can't defend that. On the turn, hit the post. I'm getting all bar 1 of the 2. I'm getting really lucky in this game. But we got through to half time 1-0, which is a miracle. Anyway, Jobber got in behind on the right hand side. The second half, I don't understand what the AI is doing there, to be honest with you, and what it's not marking Joe Cole. But again, a great save by Joe Hart. Really making amends to that last game. And then I had a good chance. I was playing it around, trying to break down team as Bale got on the left-hand side. Played a nice 1-2 off the Chelsea defender. Found Ashley Young, and I rifled it past Czech at the front post. Made it 2-0 against the run of play. I got stop at the back though, got complacent, and this time Joe Hart could not save me as Drogba found Ballack, who did make it 2-1. Chelsea deservedly back in the game. They could feel very hard done for not being ahead really. I just have been totally outplayed in this one, but it was a crucial goal. Just very frustrating really, and then just poor marking more than anything. Made it 2-1 to Man City still. Go forward, I did then get them on the break as Chelsea pushed forward. Pato, lovely move after being put through by Defoe. Pato to finish the game, 3-1, and that should be a very, very crucial win going into the January transfer window as we kick into the second half of the season. As you can see, didn't do a few transfers during the window. I'd sold a few players that were there originally still, which kind of gave me funds. I did go in for Kasper Schmeichel. I think was going to go out alone because I got a really good youth keeper coming through. And I had a big bid for Alano. I wasn't going to start fast. I love Alano, but then in the end, I think I sold him for like 70 million. So I looked for the players. I looked for obviously Adriano's very tempting, but I needed a midfielder. Kind of just looked at the typical sort of homegrown ones. But in the end, I looked at either Fabregas, but he cost too much. Obi Mikel's very good. I just didn't really fancy him. I wanted more of a creative one. As you can see, Jerry Barton, Jimmy Bullard I could have gone for. But yeah, Fabregas was my main option, but they wanted like 174 million, which I didn't have. I had like 80 or 90 from the Alano sale. Xavi Alonso and Pirlo were also other options. But in the end, I went for my third choice, which actually I reckon was my best choice. As you can see, I went for Fabregas, but I went way too much that I could afford. Maybe next season, but to be honest, I'm looking at more of a Modric in next season anyway. Possibly Fabregas still, but in the end, as you can see, I did try everything. I even tried to offer him Gabby Ogbonnahor. Like, you're so ungrateful. But I went for Xavi Alonso and Pirlo. Obviously, iconic. Just iconic players. You know, I could have had Pirlo, could have had anyone really. But they just wanted too much, I think, for a 28, 29-year-old. In the end, I went for the iconic man himself, Joe Cole, just because he can play on the wing, can play in the central midfield, and he's just iconic. I love Joe Cole. I think he was ahead of his time, personally. I think if he had played in an England team like now, or more creative, or just not a 4-4-2, boring, rigid formation of SWNe, he could have done so much more for the national team. But I got Joe Cole in, who had sort of filled that Alano gap, and he had playing that kind of attacking role next to Pato in the midfield. He can also play on the wing, but I've got that deadly front three anyway. So it'd be Joe Cole and Pato with Owen Hargreaves in behind. So I think that's a great replacement for Alano. And bear in mind, if you look at the price elsewhere, for players like Fabregas, I think I've done really well personally. But that was it for the sort of January transfer window. Really, I looked at selling Gelson Fernandes, but I didn't sell him until after the window anyway, so he'll go next season. Not that I've replayed him at all. Well, I'm still down to second in the league now, as you can see, after a couple of results in the sort of sim games didn't go my way. As we went into Old Trafford for the Manchester derby, immediately Joe Hart made a great save, as this would be another classic game, ridiculous classic. We lost at home to Man United, of course. But early on, we had a good chance straight after a save on a good counter-attack. Hargreaves found Pato, found the space, and he rifled it past Van der Sar to make it 1-0 at Old Trafford. Starting at Old Trafford, we really needed to win this, to be honest, because we've slipped a bit behind Liverpool in the last few weeks with a few sort of not as good results. And yeah, we lost at Anfield, which didn't help. But what a finish. Look at this. Gets the ball, turns in, bang, finish, 1-0. No chance for Van der Sar. Man United came back though. Anderson, remember him? Found Darren Fletcher, and he rifled it past Joe Hart to make it 1-1 pretty much straight away. So after all that work, all that clever defending by me, you know, defending natural, it went 1-1. And yeah, where's the left back? Gareth Bale will never make it in this game with that positional sense. What are you doing? Anyway, we're straight from kickoff again. You can see just how kind of, yeah, the possession football I want to play. I don't want to play counter-attack all the time. I do like just working it way through teams. But look at that. Gary Neville's absolutely fallen asleep. He's taken out Ashley Young, but it doesn't matter because Ashley Young's made it 2-1 straight from kickoff. Silences Old Trafford. Gary Neville's finished. Look at that. 2-1 again. Lovely finish by one of the members of the deadly front three. Again though, my defending's bad. Don't quite know what happened there, but great save by Joe Hart at the end of it. as Rooney went close. And then eventually Tevez found some space, and how he's missed that, I do not know. But that was a half-time whistle. Lucky to be ahead, but we'll take it. 2 well-worked goals, but eventually 2-2. I just don't understand Gerrard makes all his saves, or keeper can make all his saves, and he just concedes that easy goal. Rooney levels it up. Right, Phillips then found some pace past Vidic. Vidic looked more lost than he does whenever he played Torres. Right foot still going. Defoe finds a space. Rifles, I keep saying rifles, past Van der Sar. 3-2. What a finish. Look at this. Beautiful. Lovely finish. No chance for Van der Sar. Get well soon. And then we kind of just took control from their right Phillips. Found Defoe, who again just absolutely all over the place. The Man United defence pushing forward Pato. One more, Ashley Young in a position 1 in. Back to Pato, and Van der Sar can set it over. 4-2 to Man City. A crucial win this would be for in the title race. Yes, look at that. Anyway, and again, Joe Cole, the new man, made it 5-2. Getting in those advanced positions while liking from midfield. And what could go wrong from here? 5-2 up. Well, you've seen me play FIFA, won't you? You've seen my lack of defending. Tevez found the space. Past Joe Hart again at his front post. 5-3. No panics at all. But it will be okay. And then I got the ball forward again. Joe Cole found Pato, but then it was well defended as Anderson then came forwards. Played in, or aimed to play in. A player kept, look how bad my defender. What have I done there? Honestly, it's painful to watch it back as Tevez's got another one back with still 20 minutes to go. And of course, I then gave away a penalty, which was great. I am so bad at FIFA sometimes. It is embarrassing. So 5-2 up in a crucial game. I don't know why I pressed B. Why did I think that was a good idea? Never press B, especially in the penalty area, to do a stand tackle. Anyway, Ronaldo runs up, does his little boring stuff, and well done, you're good at football. Finds the corner, 5-5. And that would be that, I'm afraid. We threw away 2 points there. 2 points that would take us near to the top of the title battle again, but there we are, and I'll see you in the next episode where it all goes down to the very last kick of the game.